Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Monday. It is 12 noon, and you're with Barb of Your Healthy Truth. I'm happy to be here today, and I am continuing my series about your healthy truth and what we need to know, what we need to look out for. Last week, I know that I covered we covered the stats of where we are today, what's going on in terms of disease and the statistics. And that was pretty scary. So I said that today I was going to dive into the chemicals, but I decided to put the symptoms before the chemicals. So I'm going to talk about symptoms today. Hi, Pauline. So first of all, the four biggest major complaints that I get from clients are brain fog. You know, that's the kind of thing where you're with your best friend at the movies and you run into another friend and you go to introduce her and you've known her for 20, 30 years, but you can't think of her name. You know, that kind of brain fog. And also focus. You know, you lose your focus a lot too. Another one is bloatedness. You know, you eat different foods and next thing you know, your belly bloats up. That's another symptom. And another one is chronic fatigue. I know a lot of people suffer from that 3 o'clock slump, but fatigue is a big deal. Whether it's 3 o'clock or you wake up in the morning fatigued, you know, that happens too. And then joint pain. You know, you get those little pains in your fingers and, you know, they hurt and then it can spread to your knees and hips, whatever. And a lot of these symptoms are food driven. You know, a lot of times people don't associate those with food. You know, I mean, why would we? You know, I know before I got educated, I never thought that there could be stuff in my food that would make me sick. You know, I used to turn my will and my life over to my doctor and I did whatever he told me. That's different too, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So, and the marketing, you know, I was just looking at a presentation I put together and there were different cereal boxes in there. And one was lowers cholesterol. And I think it was Captain Crunch. Either it was about immunity or something outrageous. And I'm like, you know, what do they take people for? I mean, who would think a box full of sugar could build your immunity, lower your cholesterol? It blows my mind, you know, and it just keeps going on and on and on. So anyway, I don't want to get off track here because I know I don't want to lose you. We only have a certain amount of time. Hi, Winnie. Hey, Barb. So those are the four top, and for you girls that just came on, the four top symptoms I get all the time from clients are brain fog, bloated stomach, joint pain, and chronic fatigue. Okay. So, and as I said, they're all food driven. You know, there are a lot of flavor enhancers that are put into food, you know, developed in a lab. Those are chemicals. You know, the glyphosate, you know, that they spray. It's not like they're spraying our plants with poison. They're killing the weeds around the plants and the crops. And, you know, it gets on the crops anyway. So, you know, all of that. It's just, and they pay scientists to really come up with things that will keep you coming back. You know, addiction. You know, have you ever had a meal out in a restaurant? This has happened to me, where, because I eat so clean, when I order a dish and it tastes so good, I want to lick the bowl, I know that there's flavor enhancers and whatever else is in there to get me to come back again and have the same meal. So, because when you eat clean food, all you have is like your broccoli, your vegetables, your fruit, whatever it is, and you don't put anything on your fruit, right? Unless you put a little cinnamon or something. Don't put sugar on fruit though. I've seen people do that too. You know, in your vegetables you may put seasonings, but you're not going to put, you know, flavor enhancers and all, I mean, you know, developed in a lab. Excuse me, putting my water down. So these are the things I hear the most about. And the thing about these four symptoms as being signs of inflammation if you don't address this, it will eventually lead into leaky gut and then into disease, full-blown disease. It takes time to become inflamed. It can take a decade to become inflamed, but that's a buildup over time. You don't just eat a meal with chemicals in it and, you blow it up immediately. It takes time to have that build up, okay? But once your stomach's had enough, it's like, whoa, you got to stop this, And that's your body talking to you. When you get these symptoms, your body is telling you something is not right. And we have to learn to listen to our body. So these all are about inflammation. And a lot of times you may go to the doctor, because this happened to me. And when I had it, my doctor wanted to put me in that Lin's Ness or whatever it's called. And I said, I'm not going to take that. And he said, no. I said, I'll just change what I eat. And he made a face at me, because he wasn't buying it. And so I had changed my meals, my food. And I went back to him, and he said, how's your stomach? I said, it's fine. I said, the bloat went away. He said, well, how did you do that? I said, I ate more greens and, vegetables, fruits, nuts, and, stopped eating processed food, sugars, and he made this face again, like it's amazing to me how, but anyway, that could be a whole nother segment. I could really go off on that. But anyway, I just want to, so when you see these commercials on TV, like Prevacid, that's my favorite. Now you can eat 24/7, whatever you want, whenever you want, and never have heartburn. And it's this pill, and these medications and pills are like Band-Aids, okay? They take care of the symptom. They don't go inside to get the root cause, because that is caused by something, okay? You're just not having these things happen to you without there being a cause. And I have to tell you, I recommend anybody I talk to with any of these symptoms, if you go to your doctor and you talk to him about this, if he does not talk to you about what you are eating, then you need to get a new doctor, or you can call me, okay? But that's not okay. It's because you know what? The sad fact is we have 135 medical schools in this country, and only four have nutrition departments. So, a lot of these doctors, I go to a holistic, she's a functional medicine doctor, and she does blood work on me that would blow your mind, that no regular MD would do. Number one, because he wouldn't know how to read it either, because this is my opinion, that they don't know how to connect the dots. Functional medicine doctors look at your body as one system, okay? And if you're having this here, neurological things, bloatedness, gastro things, endocrine things, hormone things, they're saying, well, what's causing this? Because sometimes it's one root cause that's affecting your different systems inside the body, okay? So they know how to do that. And it's so important. I've had so many clients and friends go misdiagnosed because they didn't do the full test. I had a friend who had Hashimoto's. She went to a doctor for 10 years and he never did the full panel. There's a T3 and a reverse T3. He never did the full panel with the reverse T3. Well, 10 years later of suffering, gaining weight, not knowing why, being exhausted, she went to a holistic or a functional medicine doctor and he found out what it was. And the guy never did the full panel. He did the full panel and they found it. Hey Pam, hey Laura. So that's pretty much, I'm at the 10-minute mark. I know you guys kind of fall off around that time. So I want to keep you guys engaged. If you have any comments, my takeaway from today is that food changes everything. It can be the cause of your ills and it can be the cure of them too. So it's what we put on the end of our fork that gives information to our body and our body responds. So if your body's not responding in a good way, you need to start listening, and if anybody needs to know, if somebody local around our area, if you're from here, or even if you're wherever you're from, if you have any questions about this, You can post it in the chat here, or you can private message me, and I'm happy to hop on there with you. Okay, because it really is important. Because I'm telling you, the statistics the way they are now, it's, you know, we're not going to live a long life. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much in the food supply, and environmentally too. But me, I'm all about the food. But environmental too is another whole thing. So anyway, everybody, have a wonderful day. It's been great hanging here, spending time with you. I'll be back next week, and I think I'm going to go more into what the chemicals are. And another takeaway, start reading ingredient labels on the food. If you buy food that have ingredient labels, if you buy celery, broccoli, you know, spinach, they don't have ingredient lists, right? Ha ha ha. No. So, but if you're going to buy something in a box or a bag, which I hope you don't, start reading ingredient labels and see what's really in your food, okay? And if you can't pronounce it, forget about it. If you can't pronounce it, take it home and look it up and see what it is. Something you've probably been eating for years. And then another time I'll go into the foods that are very common that people eat on a daily basis that are loaded with glyphosate. It would shock you for sure. So have an awesome day like it was last week. It's a beautiful sunny day. Go out, have a great day. And share this with your friends. If you have friends that are suffering, bring them on. Bring them on and let's get this thing going. And I am going to start a Facebook group. I was struggling with a name, but I decided to call it Your Healthy Truth because it's my brand. And this is what it's about. It's about busting through all the myths and disinformation and telling you the truth. So I can't shut up here, but I got to go. Bye. Have a great day.